we have an incredible story of perseverance. I want to welcome Toni Roman and her husband, Derek, who have been through so much over the last few months. They contacted me mid-COVID when Derek's doctor said, hey, yeah, of course, you need your arteries unblocked, but we can't do anything for you. So we'll see you in a few weeks and we'll just amputate. And his wife, Toni, messaged me and said, oh my God, this can't happen. What can we do? And I said, I have one option for you. She packed up the car and literally drove 5 hours up to see Dr. Jihad Mustapha. And Toni, oh, there are both of you. Yay, great to see you. I'd love for you to share.
Well, we know that Dr. Mustapha can't be here today, so we want to make sure that we honor him by being here. Derek, tell him what happened.
Well, the doctors that I had were telling me that opening the arteries down into the leg and foot below the knee was radical. And we're like, why is that radical when amputation is radical? And so they were really giving me any kind of other options. You know, they just kind of left me hanging with some real bad gangrenous wounds on the foot. And they were just, you know, saying, oh, that's hematoma, it's going to go away.
Derek had such a hard time with his the right foot originally. The right foot originally. They pretty much amputated half of his foot, and then they ended up regrowing it with pig bladder stem cells, and that worked really well. But then he got osteomyelitis in a toe. It was just, you know, if you want to talk about the horror stories, we've been living those horror stories, in and out of the hospitals, osteomyelitis, months and months of antibiotics, and to the point where Derek has been like emaciated. His body couldn't handle just any more antibiotics. So by the time we got to see Dr. Mustapha, we were absolutely at the end of our rope. Yep. We felt hopeless, and the vascular surgeons were pretty much telling us like there's nothing we can do. And they had taken off Derek's big toe on the left foot, and we were going back and forth to Rush Hospital in Chicago, and they sent us to a podiatrist. And after 2 weeks after the toe was amputated, we unwrapped the foot, and it was completely black. And we went back to the podiatrist, and I said, is this gangrene? And he said, no, it's a hematoma. It'll go away. So I had, you know, after all the stuff that we had been through, we had made a good friendship with a wound care specialist at Rush, and I sent her the pictures, and I said, Dr. Price, I said, and she's a type 1 diabetic, so she's a doctor and a diabetic, and I said, is this a hematoma, or am I looking at gangrene? And she goes, that's gangrene. And we just had no other options. They were going to take his leg off, and thank God for Kim, she sent us to Dr. Mustapha. And I've got to say this on video. When you talk to Dr. Mustapha, he is a beautiful man. He has such a beautiful soul. He's not just a world-renowned surgeon and a pioneer in the pedal plantar technique, but he is an unbelievable human being. And if you watch his, I'm a big researcher, as you can tell by all the questions that I've asked today. I looked up his TED Talks, and if you hear his personal story, you will be blown away at what kind of person he is. Yeah. And when we went there, within a week, Kim, I think Derek sent some pictures before and after of the gangrenous foot. I don't know if you could put them up there to show what. Yeah.
That's how the hospital left me, on the left side there, and then this is how it is on the right side now.
Yep.
That is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible.
Yep. And I've got to say, thanks to Dr. Mustapha and his whole staff,
The whole staff.
Dr.
Yep.
Saeed, he was a fantastic surgeon as well.
Yep.
And the whole experience.
They saved my foot, my leg, all of it. They saved it big time.
Yep. We've been able to get back to life again.
Yep.
And we thought that we were going to be dealing with an amputee.
And I thought because they were going to do that, and in fact, it's healed up enough. But I just got done mowing the yard just a little while ago. So.
So we want to honor you, Dr. Mustapha, for everything that you've done for our family.
Yep.
And we are so privileged to be part of this group and to have met you, Kim, and Michelle, and everybody that we've talked to on the PAD site. And until our very last breath, we will always send anybody that has any kind of problems that's facing amputation. We know the darkness, that the emotional darkness that you have when you have no other options.
Yep.
So we will always make sure to let people know about the website, the Facebook page, and Dr. Mustapha and all the other doctors.
That's right.
So the Way to My Heart 2020 Leg Saver Award is presented to Dr. Jihad Mustapha. Thank you so much for all you do.